And then, so these are more, interpretations, like what you have to do. And then 5 rules are being observed in the making. And then squareness, so again, they are making a moral analogy. Like you wear clothes, but you don't wear clothes to beautify your body, analogy. You wear clothes in order to cultivate your mind. Isn't it interesting? The way we need athletic clothes for better performance, you need a properly made shenyi to cultivate your moral mind. So, the squareness and roundness is a warning against the selfishness. And then straightness is admonition to be correct. And balance, like evenness, impartiality. So because of this kind of moral analogy of dress, like this is what your mindset should be, right? So that's why Confucian scholars are trying to wear the shenyi throughout period. In a way, you cultivate your mind, complete, not extravagant. And then it ranked in the second class of good dresses. So it's like a moral analogy. And then this is interesting. Who wants to read this? Rebecca Kramer, can you read this?
Yeah. Okay. For ornament, while his parents and grandparents were alive, a son wore the dress with its border embroidered. If only his parents were alive, the ornamental border was blue. In the case of an orphan son, the border was white. The border round the mouth of the sleeves and all the edges of the dress was 1.5 inches wide.
Yeah, what do you think of this description, Rebecca? Why do you need this family status?
I mean, I guess it need, like, I don't know, to like let other people know like your status, so like to respect you in a certain way.
Right, respect, and this is also a Confucian values of the elderly. Yeah. So, on the street, if Rebecca shows up in Shenyi with embroidered borders, what would people assume? Well, she's a lucky one, right? Like not only parents and grandparents alive, but Rebecca is not a young girl. Rebecca is, let's say, 60-year-old school principal and still showed up Shenyi with the border embroidered. People will think, wow, she's she's so lucky, right? She's like, she looks like in her 60s, grandmother already, but her own grandmothers are still alive, right? Those kind of ideas. So, yeah, in a way, it's a Confucian values of the elderly, like, what to be think of. And if you are middle-aged scholar and, if you have a border embroidered, it's very hard. Like, so the most embellished, most ornamental clothes go to the people who are truly blessed with his parents, grandparents alive. But most people should wear solid color, right? And in the case of an orphan son, the Buddha was okay. Orphan son is not like you don't know who your parents are. It's orphan son means your parents deceased, so your border was white. So most cases people wear white or blue. Very rare border embroidered. So it shows a lot of moral values. And the thickness is not really too wide. So that's the conclusion. So based on that theory, this is what scholars created a prototype of shenyi, and usually made of linen, sometimes silk. And this figurine is, it especially looks like that Zhuyu type of the fruits that we were talking about in Lady Di's case, right? Like the red fruits, embroidered pattern. So it would look like this, but somehow this is made of that 12 strips of fabrics. So that's the shenyi that we studied.